Hi there, this is Supriya from Cosplay Genie and I've got something special for you guys today. And I'm going to show you how to craft your own Valorant operator gun. It was fun working on this project because honestly speaking, this is the very first time I am making such huge gun for the very first time. And I have learned a lot along the way. So let's dive into the tutorial and let's create something awesome together. So these are the blueprints that I'm going to be using for the creation of my gun. In order to make the gun stiff, I'm going to use these PVC pipes. To paste them, I'm using an adhesive over here. So the pipe and the background is of the same color, so you won't be able to see it correctly, but I'm going to show you on the black background. So I wanted to cover these pipes with the black foam, so I'm just going to take the measurements and I'll cut it out. So we're going to cover this pipe with the black foam from upper, lower, side part. So I have used this pipe because I wanted a stiffness, because I can't just go ahead and use only foam. So, and after doing that, we're just going to modify it according to the design that is there on the operator. In this process, we need to make sure that the adhesive should be on both the sides, on both the materials, the foam and the PVC pipes, in order to have a strong bond. And one by one, we're going to cover all the sides. Here covering the upper side. And next up, we're going to cover the lower part. As you can see, I am not following any pattern. I'm just doing it on my own, one by one. And here I am cutting few rectangles so that we can just make modifications, because the end part of the gun is a little wide as compared to the front. So we're just going to cover it by adding some extra foam to it, and then we are good to go for the modifications according to the design. So as you know, once you start the project, at the initial, it takes a lot of thinking process because you don't know where to start, where to begin with. But once you start doing it, cutting foam and making pattern on your own, then you realize, okay, next step is going to be this, next step is going to be that. So that is a process that we follow while cosplaying or making anything. And here I am done with applying extra foam to the end part of the gun, and then I'm just using a cutter to remove the extra foam or reshaping it. And then I'm going to dremel it, basically sanding it just makes the task easier. Dremel just makes the task easier for me, and I would say this is the most annoying part of making any project because it just filled with a lot of mess. So yeah. Creating the other part by following the same process, adding layers, 2 3 layers, and then sanding it with the help of a dremel or with the cutter for removing the extra foam. And then we're just going to add this to the base of the gun. This project involved a lot of sanding. It took me like 3 to 4 days just for sanding this because it was filled with so many details. So I had to do this. As you can see over here, slowly and steadily we are getting there, right? And here we go again with the Dremel, sanding, cutting extra foam. I had to sand like every single part of this gun. It was too much. But I would say after sanding it, just you have a feeling like, okay, I did it and it's done. Adding few more details by following the actual design of the operator. And I am really sorry that I was not able to shoot the whole process of after finishing all the detailings, and then I had to paint or just cover this whole gun with 2 or 3 layers of an adhesive, that is the synthetic adhesive. And then I am just painting it with the blue spray paint, and I had to cover the areas with the tape which I did not wanted to paint it blue. So yeah, here it is. And then by following the same process, I am adding silver paint as well, as you can see over here. It was a task working with the spray paint because it was taking a lot of time to dry it. So I would suggest you guys to use only acrylic paints, and then what you can do is just, you know, add a layer of varnish all over it just to make it look glossy, or just if you want a glossy finish to it. But I already bought all the spray paints of every color that is required in this gun. So yeah, that's the advice that I'm giving you all over here. So I'm done painting all the parts, and next up I'm going to apply the varnish. So earlier I was talking about this particular product in order to give a nice glossy finish to the project you are working on.
So that's all for today's video, and I hope you guys like this tutorial, and do not forget to like, share and subscribe Cosplay Genie, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.